I don't think this should come as a surprise to anybody, but today we are diving into the supposed reasons as to why Quinn Hughes of the Minnesota Wild wanted out of Vancouver so badly. And here's the thing. There are a number of people who clicked on this video, who already came into it having read the title and having seen the thumbnail, who probably formed an idea in their heads as to why this went down. That's most likely you. You probably clicked in this video fully expecting me to say whatever it is that you're thinking. Hey, Quinn Hughes is a talented player. His main priority as a professional hockey superstar is to win. He wants to win so badly, reportedly more than he wants to actually play with his brothers. And plain and simple, the Vancouver Canucks were not winning. Despite the fact that this guy is the captain of the team, they're still last. Despite the fact that this guy captained a second-round placing Vancouver Canucks squad that seemed unstoppable at times just 2 years ago, he wanted out. And here's the thing about that. You can say whether or not those reasons are valid, and I'm going to say that for the most part, it's okay to want to win. It's okay to be in a bad spot and to say, I want to go someplace else. I want to go where the people are. I want to see them Okay, wait a minute. No, I'm off on a tangent. That's my bad. But leave it to Rick Dhaliwal on today's episode of Donnie and Dhali to go out there and give the perspective of the player. Here's a clip that was posted from their show. It's 7 minutes long, so you could go out there and watch this if you want. But the opening tweet says, it's not like Quinn got here 2 years ago and said, get me out. He was here 8 years. And further to that point, you have Taj, who quoted one of these Dhaliwal sentences on his own Twitter account. Quinn Hughes saw the Canucks treat Boudreau bad. He watched Tocchet walk. He has seen the treatment of Ian Clark. Quinn Hughes saw all of the treatment of other people in the organization. He got tired of that stuff. And with that said, this is just one small quote out of a 7-minute long video, so I'd highly recommend you go out there and watch it, listen to it yourself. But Donnie and Dhali is a two-person show, and for the most part, we really just listen to what Dhali says when we make these videos because Dhali is usually the one who has the scoop as to what's going on. Donnie, on the other hand, does provide a varying opinion on the matter. I'm with Donnie, Karam replies. Quinn Hughes wasn't the best captain. He did quit, and he ended up leaving while moping around the rink. Captains don't do that. Rasmus Dahlin in Buffalo didn't ask for a trade. He stayed with that team and worked to help turn it around. Now Buffalo is doing okay. But at the same time, it's his life and his career. He had to choose what was best for him, so here we are. I'm happy we got the return that we did. It put us into a rebuild like we have needed for a long time. The Canucks will come out of this a better team. And so at the end of the day, you can say that multiple things can be true at once. Did Quinn Hughes, quote-unquote, quit on the Vancouver Canucks? I'm going to say, unabashedly, yes. The captain of your NHL team should not exhibit this kind of behavior. The captain of your NHL team should have some sort of a public-facing, Superman-esque type of role within the organization. Not because that's who you are internally, but because that's what you were chosen to be. And when you accept that letter, there is a level of responsibility. It is Spider-Man out there, man. Great power, great responsibility, great talent, great accolades, great standing in the organization. There is a level of responsibility that comes with that. And we have mentioned over the years that Quinn Hughes, while it's true he does have a very specific kind of style when he speaks to the media. He's confident, he believes in himself, he knows what he's capable of, and he does not shy away from that. At the same time, throughout the course of the past 2 years, we started to see some of the worst elements of that become present in these media interviews, and when Quinn Hughes was in public doing these charity events, etc., non-committing to a future with Vancouver, just acknowledging what he can control, and not really speaking too much on the issues that plagued this locker room, and really not calming the waters, I could say. Quinn Hughes did not represent a certain standard of leadership that we had seen get accomplished with Vancouver Canucks leaders in the past, like Henrik Sedin, Daniel Sedin, Trevor Linden, even Bo Horvat, to an extent. But now, seeing that Quinn Hughes saw all this stuff go down, Boudreau treated poorly, Tocchet walked, Ian Clark, all these guys that were mistreated or just decided to leave the organization, plus the team playing bad, I could understand from a human-to-human perspective why Quinn Hughes would look at this and say, yeah, no, I don't want to be a part of this anymore. People are different. Some may look at this and say, yeah, screw that. Others may look at that and say, yeah, bring it on. That bring it on mentality is what we had seen out of Brock Besser. It's what we did see out of Tyler Myers. It's what we potentially saw out of Connor Garland. Heck, all the guys that signed extensions last offseason, that's what we had seen out of them. They were committed, they got traded, some of them, and even though they did get traded, there was still a very expressed desire to be a part of the team. Quinn Hughes never once made it any sort of an indication that he wanted to be a part of the Canucks. And even if that's true, deep down he never wanted to stay in this city, you're the captain of the team, man. At least 1% of your responsibility as the captain of the team is to make it seem like you want to stay. He had no indication of that at all. He had 1 foot half out the door already by the time preseason started. Let's dive into some of the other replies over here. Rick, I don't want to piss off the agent, Dhaliwal. There might actually be some truth to that. I mean, Rick Dhaliwal obviously is one of the most connected insiders in the business. We respect the work that he does and the content he provides. However, it's very clear that there are relationships that he has with people that will try to push this stuff into the media. So I'm not faulting Rick Dhaliwal for that. That's just the way it is. I understand his role in the microcosm that is the Vancouver Canucks sporting world and the fans. Glad the architects of the culture problem are all coming back. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. It's so sad because I really love the Canucks, but I totally understood why Hughes left. Management is a disaster, and ownership is a disaster too. Another reply says, I don't get the whole Boudreau stuff. He was a horrible coach. The team was awful. Hughes even said that Tocchet was the best coach he had ever had. So I don't think he should be complaining about the firing of Boudreau. The Canucks made the right decision on him. And I actually do think that that's a fair point as well. Would Quinn be a fan of the transition to Tocchet? Probably. But I think it's also fair to acknowledge that he cannot be a fan of the way they let Boudreau leave the organization, the way they left him out to dry, the way they kind of extended his lifespan before kicking him to the curb. I do think that warrants some negative feelings. But ultimately, there are a number of fans that are responding to this Quinn Hughes, Donnie and Dhali conversation. Another reply says, hey, Donnie is correct here. Leaders don't and can't quit. Brock has more leadership in his pinky than Hughes and Petey combined. Ryan and Rick are correct here. Quinn Hughes could have done a lot better as a captain, but the reality is the Canucks have been a completely dysfunctional franchise for a long time. Losing in drama equals players wanting out. To say Hughes quit is an overreaction, in my opinion. So you can let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Did Quinn Hughes actually quit on the Canucks? Did he just do the right thing? Does it change your opinion hearing all these things about why it is he supposedly wanted out? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. I hope you enjoyed this video. And bye.